Hello there, this is DInfinityX. Today we're going to be doing kind of a speed modeling of a trophy that I'm going to put in Kirk's Corner for this week's podcast, which will have aired Saturday on Twitch and I think yesterday on YouTube. So this is obviously coming out after the fact, and I do apologize if my printer is making noises in the background. It is also printing stuff off for the podcast this week, but I figured we would give this a go. So what we're going to be doing is trying to speed model a trophy. For those that watched the stream 2 weekends ago, or podcast number 4, we did kind of a March Badness of a tournament of bad names, and the winner was the San Diego Eggos. So we're going to be trying to make an Eggo today. Now, I did a little bit of testing beforehand just because the last 2 I did were kind of terrible. One didn't even show up. But here's what we're going to be doing. So we have a plane in Blender. Now, we're going to extrude this to a good height, and then we're going to inset it with I. And then we're going to extrude it down, give it that nice little classic Eggo or waffle design, and we're going to scale it in just a little bit. All right, and then next, we're going to add a modifier, and we're going to add an array modifier. And we're going to take this up to, let's say, 8. There we go. And then we're going to apply this. No, we're not, because we're still in edit mode. So we're going to apply this, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to add another array. This time we're going to change the factor from x to y, and we're going to do 8 again. And then we are going to set the geometry, or set the origin. So geometry to origin, which is not going to do what I thought it was going to. Origin to geometry. So if we try and move this, oh no, we have to apply this first, sorry. Geometry to origin. So that's going to get it dead center in the middle of the thing. So if we go to 7, you can see that it is right in the middle of the line. So we have the y up here, x going this way. Next, we're going to add another mesh. And we're going to add a torus. And we're going to scale. Nope, I did that completely wrong. So we're going to add a torus again. This is where it gets kind of, I always forget. So we're going to open up the torus at the bottom here. And then we're going to bring the major ring segment up to about where we want it. And then we're going to bring the minor rings scale about to we want it to give it that classic Eggo edge. And we're going to bring it in just a little bit. That's looking pretty good. So then we're going to scale it. So we're going to hit S, and we're going to scale it on the Z to get it about where we want it with the edge of the, there we go, the edge of the plane. Okay, now we're going to add a boolean. Not to that. We don't want to add a boolean to the torus. We're going to add a boolean to this. So we're going to add a boolean. We're going to keep it on difference, and we're going to use the torus. Now this is going to screw everything up. And I had to figure out what you need to do is click this self button. And then we have this. So if we apply this, and then let's say we move the torus, you can see I've screwed up a little bit. That's okay. We can fix that. So we need to bring this down just a little bit, and we're going to scale it on the Z just to get it back to where we want it, and we can bring this up just a little bit. There we go. Everything still looks pretty good. And we've got it coming through the bottom now, so that's good. So we're going to add another boolean to this, and we're going to do the same thing. Add the torus. This time we don't have to do the self. We're going to apply it, and then if we move this, we have a perfect cutout. But we still have to get rid of these edge pieces. Now, if we went into just edit mode, we could, try and click on all these and delete them and delete them. That's something that could work. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out of edit mode. I'm going to duplicate this torus, and I'm going to scale it up just a little bit till it's just inside the other torus. And then we're going to, I keep saying torus, I'm thinking Pokemon. And that's something that I have a problem with, is when I try and think of words, I just guess the pronunciation, not realizing if it's right or not. I'm almost positive it's Taurus, but so we're going to get back on topic here. We're going to do another Boolean, this time with the second Taurus, and we're going to apply that. And then we're just going to scale this up again, and we're going to do it one more time. Click the plane, do another Boolean, add the second one, apply, and then if we delete that, we've got ourselves an Eggo. Now we're going to join these two together. This is where it gets kind of not so technical, because all we're doing is turning it into a trophy. So we're going to rotate it, we're going to bring it up, we're going to bring it up, there we go. All right, and then we're going to add our trophy base. So we're going to do that. We're going to add a a cube. We're going to scale the cube up. We're going to go 3. We're going to bring this cube down. We're going to bring this cube up. There's probably a much easier way to do it. We're going to click this, extrude. We're going to bring this over. And I know there's definitely better ways to do this. I'm average at Blender, and I'm using this as kind of an excuse to get better. So we're going to bring that cube up. What I want to do is extrude that, and then we're going to rotate. Nope. We're going to rotate on the... I always get these wrong. It's always the last one I click. The X, till we get it right about where we want it. That looks almost good. Let's go to 3. There we go. We're going to rotate it, and we're going to extrude it. That's close. We're going to go to local. Nope, that didn't help me one bit. So we're going to go back to 3. We're going to bring this back just ever so slightly. More or less, I want this to be able to be 3D printed. We're going to go back to this, select these two, bring this down just a little bit. There we go. We're going to bring these out. We're going to scale them. Scale on the X. There we go. And I just realized this is just a little bit off. There we go. All right, now we're going to add mesh, and we're going to add text. We're going to bring this over here, and I just want to add an S. We're going to rotate it on the... Nope, it is X. Okay, and we're going to type 90, and we're going to go to the text feature. We're going to scale this up quite a bit, and then we're going to geometry, and we're going to... No, offset's not what I want. Extrude's what I want. There we go. And we're going to bring this up and in and over. And then we're going to rotate it on the Z, Y. There we go. So we've got the S. We want to make sure it's just into there. And then we're going to Shift D and duplicate it and bring it over to this side. And if I go to, I can go in and I can change that to a D. We're going to rotate it on the Y. We're going to bring it over and over. Nope, there we go. And from here, we can fine tune and adjust how we want this to look. I think that looks good, or at least good for this. Let's see. I could add, you know what? I'm going to bring these forward just to there. I think I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. There we go. And I think that all looks good. Now if we do go to the camera and we go view and camera to view, we can pan around here. We can adjust this just how we want it. And that's not going to show up on the recording, but that's okay. We're going to bring... What we can do is do this. And we're going to grab our light wherever the light is. Oh, it's behind. Okay. I'm going to bring this over, bring this up. Oh, I'm still on. Let's do global. And now we just need to texturize this. So we're going to select that. We're going to give it a nice, I want kind of a gold feel to it. We're going to do the base in a brownish, and I might, there we go. And then with this, we can do the same thing, but we don't have to redo it. We can just select the one that's already there. And I think with this, I'm going to see how it looks with a nice silver. And I want it to be metallic. So there we go. Let's do the same over here. Do the metallic. Let's see what this looks like with some metallic shine to it. There we go. That actually doesn't look too bad. And I think I'm going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to take and we're going to turn those gold. I'm going to pick the gold. And I think that actually doesn't look too bad. Let's up the wattage of our light here just a little bit. In fact, we can go to this render to see. Let's turn it to a sun and blind everything. Let's bring this value down to like 20. There we go. That doesn't look that bad at all. Well, that's that. So, if you have any questions, please let me know. Or if you have any feedback or comments, feel free to let me know. I am very open to suggestions on how to get better in Blender. But this was this week's tutorial, and hopefully it helped someone. I don't know if there's a big market for making a Eggo in Blender, but I've done it. So until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.